Hello viewers and welcome to another Doctor Who episode review, and today I'm reviewing Marco Polo. It will contain some spoilers, so if you haven't seen the episode yet and you want to see it, then you probably should watch it first. So Marco Polo is the fourth ever Doctor Who story. It's the first missing episode that I think went missing. I don't know about missing episodes that much, about what were found and what's been missing before, but this is the first missing episode that I'm reviewing, and it's probably the first historical episode too. So Marco Polo, it is a 7-part story. Part 1, The Roof of the World. Part 2, The Singing Sands. Part 3, 500 Eyes. Part 4, The Wall of Lies. Part 5, Rider of Strang 2. Part 6, Mighty Kumbla Khan. And Part 7, Assassin at Pekin. And it originally aired between the 22nd of February 1964 and the 4th of April 1964. So, I watched this through YouTube, and it's basically the original audio with the telesnaps that go with it, and it's completely missing, so none of the parts have been found, so it's all been telesnapped. But it stars William Hartnell as the First Doctor, Carolyn Ford as Susan Foreman, Jacqueline Hill as Barbara Wright, and William Russell as Ian Chesterton. Yeah, that's the cast over and done with. And it's written by John Lucarotti. I think that's how you say it. I don't know if he wrote any more Doctor Who episodes, because I don't recognise that name. But this Doctor Who episode, even though it's missing, I think it's a really good episode, to be honest. Where to start? I mean, the actors were really good for a start. William Hartnell was really good as the First Doctor. The companions were great, and Marco Polo himself, and Tegana, I think was the other guy's name. I thought he were good too. So the acting were really good, and the story as a whole, I think, were really good as well. I liked how each part you kind of like followed them on to where they were going next, which I don't think we've ever seen before. It's very, like, there isn't an episode like it, I don't think, where they're going on this journey across Asia, I think it was. Yeah, I think that's where Marco Polo made his journey, and it was set in the year 1289, as far as I can remember. But yeah, it's a great episode. It kind of, I don't know why, but it kind of reminded me of the Ghost Monument from Series 11, because obviously Marco Polo thought the TARDIS was the Doctor's caravan, and obviously he wanted to give that as a prize to, I've forgotten who it is now, but he wanted to give it off as a prize, and I thought, wow, I've just seen the Ghost Monument, and it's like, yeah, they're all competing for the best prize and all that sort of stuff. But obviously this episode wasn't about competing. So basically, the Doctor and the companions wanted to get the TARDIS back, of course. So that's basically what the story was about. It was historical. We followed Marco Polo on his journey, so we kind of know a little bit about him from the episode. And all that they wanted was to get the TARDIS back, and I think it's been a really good episode to watch, and I will be rewatching it again as well. So what happens now? The keys go missing for the TARDIS, so they can't go back. There's been guards. There's Tegana as well, causing problems. I think he was the main villain in this episode. There weren't really any aliens, but they were just him, and I thought he were a great villain. He kind of portrayed Marco Polo a bit, which I thought which I thought were really good. It's quite good to switch between two different moods for the character. And yeah, it's kind of like a typical First Doctor episode, but one of the good ones, I think. And I really hope that it gets found one day, because it's a really good episode. I love the way you can follow them on the map, and it's like there's like a narration, like as if it's a story of where they went and all that. I think it's really good. I do have to say the only sort of downfall for this episode is that instead of 7 parts, it could be possibly 5 or 6 parts. I mean, there's no wrong with each part. They didn't really drag that much, but yeah, I don't think it had to be 7 parts, but it's a good episode overall. So that don't really bother me. But that's the only downside I can think of. There's not really much else to say, really. Obviously, there were the Ping Cho character who eventually helped Susan, especially, like nick the TARDIS keys and help them get out of where they are. In China, that's it. China in Asia, that's it. Just to get the TARDIS to caravan back. With the TARDIS being like nicknamed the Caravan in the Ghost Monument, the TARDIS were nicknamed the Ghost Monument. It might just be me, but it's similarities, but they're both great episodes, by the way. But hopefully all missing episodes will be found one day. But I think this is one of the good ones that should be found. Obviously, there's like the Celestial Toymaker, Dalek's Master Plan, Mission to the Unknown, even that I think should be found. And it definitely Evil of the Daleks and Power of the Daleks should be completely found. I know there's animations, but still. So yeah, I'm gonna carry on with reviewing the missing episodes. I'm gonna finish off the William Hartnell stories first, then I'm gonna go on to the Patrick Troughton stories. So all I've got left to do is the 10th Planet and all of the missing episodes, like the Crusade and all that, and then Galaxy 4, I think the one after that is. But I don't think there's all else to say about this episode, because it is a really good episode, and it obviously follows on from the Edge of Destruction, and then it don't really lead into the next episode like it did from the Edge of Destruction. It don't lead to the Keys of Marinus, but I reviewed that ages ago, but I also loved that. So I think the First Doctor's first season was decent, to be honest, because obviously there were the Aztecs as well, and the Daleks and all that. It's a very decent episode, a decent series, should I say. And yeah, there's nothing else to say about this episode. It's an overall really good episode, and I hope it gets found one day. So I'm going to leave it at that, and hopefully I'll see you in my next review.